Martin boot. Is it a Doc Martin? Airwear, yes, Airwear Doc Martin, and it's having a new unit. This is the unit. We couldn't actually get the Doc Martin unit, but this is the Soul of Air. Soul of Air. This is actually the original, so they say, but I don't want to start that debate. So this is the Doc Martin boot. This is the Soul of Air Doc Martin unit that's going on it. Airwear unit, yes, it does have pockets of air in there, but they're not sealed pockets like we used to think when we were kids. So how do we get this unit off? Onto there. Best put some glasses on. I've already started just into the, you cut into there, just, you see the colour difference between the black and the brown, and we'll just work our way around, and that's what we're looking for, just splitting it just there, retaining all the welt. Should be no worry of catching the welt stitching, because it runs from here right round the back of a rib. It's actually got a rib on this, and here's one we've stripped off earlier. I'll just fetch this over here for you. This is one all been stripped off, and we've removed the innards out of there. We'll clean all that up, bond those back in, and then we'll bond the new unit to them, and then trim the edges off. The one thing that we can't do is, you see the lines here on the original, and that's the original Doc Martin with the lines. The Soul of Air units generally don't have that lining on there. That is especially for Doc Martens, that's their trademark. So we will just leave a smooth edge on there, but it will look really smart. So, Belstaff boots. Gentleman has sent these Belstaff boots in, and they look beautiful. Really lovely soft leather. It's beautiful. Got a Vibram unit on there that's a fabulous unit. You can see what looks like a lovely midsole in there, and then this lovely welt, and it's stitched from the welt to the midsole, and then the Vibram unit bonded on, and that looks absolutely beautiful from Belstaff. However, it's not. It's bonded construction. Look at that. It's a mock welt. Well, even fooled me this from a distance. Mock welt and a moulded midsole underneath, and then this Vibram unit. And it's such a shame, because it's such a lovely looking boot. It really is. So what can we do with this? The perfect job on this boot would be to strip this entirely down, split this sole from the midsole, which would be an absolute nightmare trying to get those two to split nicely. Then you would stitch this onto the boot, Blake stitch it on, and then rebond this unit on, and you would do that on both boots. But I just don't know how this will separate here, because it's such a nightmare. The other job is to just pull it back, bob some glue in, put it on the press, and press it together, and see how long that lasts. It will not last forever. So we've got the Belstaff boot. Oh, and this is such a beautiful leather. It's absolutely gorgeous and great looking boot. But so what we've done here, we've cleaned up all this leather here, and got the machine and cleaned that up, and we've cleaned all this leather up here. We can see that this is the insole, which is a cardboard, Conti board, fibre board, whatever. No, it's cardboard, whatever they want to call it. And we've cleaned all this up because this is like a waxy leather, so we need to get the wax out of the leather so that the glue can get in. So we get as far as we can with the machine, and then get the Stanley knife and scrape the leather to death, so the glue can get into that and it can bond super tight together and get it in the press. This is a beautiful pair of suede Alden shoes, boots in fact, that have come in for repair, and they're going to have the new olive green Ridgeway sole. Are you getting that, Paul? That sole, look at that. So that's what that boot is going to have. This is the new sole that we've been waiting for from Harbour Rubber, and we're absolutely thrilled to have it. It's a beautiful sole. So me and Paul just start looking at these shoes and seeing how the repair is going to go. You can see here that this welt has been overly trimmed. Just look here, can you see that? Look, the stitching here, it's trimmed so far back. It's just taken all the welt away. So that makes it difficult. Not impossible, but it definitely makes it difficult. And then Paul notices that this edge here has been machined in. It should be a square edge and it's been machined in. So this will have to have a new midsole to try and retrieve some of that. This side here, you can see, has a beautiful square edge to it. Lovely. And that there has been machined in. So when these boots have been finished off, they've just not been finished off quite right, and it's such a shame because Alden do make some nice stuff, but they just let themselves down a little bit on the finishing. Would be 50 quid just to see it gone, cash not card, but Right, okay, so Paul, before we start those here, we've got a pair of Loke L1s. Not an expensive shoe, but a nice looking shoe. It's been nicely worn in, this shoe, and it's been sent down with a heel missing off one and the other heel hanging off. So, oh, it's here. Look, there you go. So these want new heels on. However, the sole is paper thin. Super thin. So we can, on this shoe here, on these pair of Loke L1s, the cheaper range of the Loke shoes, this wants something doing with the sole. If you just want the heel, you want them sending back. How much is a heel on those, Paul? Just a straightforward rubber heel? $16.95. It's a bargain. That's not each, that's for the pair of them. So, $16.95 for your heels. Your sole, I keep pressing that because I can nearly see through that sole. This here is a rubber cover sole, which is a cheaper option on a shoe like this to have a cover sole. A cover sole on there, Paul, with the toes built up and everything you need to do.
You're looking about £26-ish.
£26. So
ideally, we could do with something a little bit stouter.
Okay, so you could have a new leather sole on if the gentleman likes a leather. So if we put a half leather sole on there,
about £60
with the heels. So you could spend £60 on those, put them back exactly as they need to be, or you could be round about the £45 with a rubber sole on. Okie doke. So £60 or £45 on those, or we just put a heel on and you get another couple of days wear out of those before that sole goes through. Here we have a beautiful pair of shoes, really nice. I can't see what they are. They look like something from Trickers, but beautiful shoes. Anyway, that's a really nice shoe. Had some sort of 10 bob swerver repair on there before. It's had a sole on, riveted on, not stitched on. Too much ground away on the welt, but we can recover that. So this is why it's all coming away, because it was never stitched on, this sole. Whoever's done this has just nailed it. Few nails there, and just nailed it on instead of stitching it on. So now all that's gaping there. But this shoe can be put right. It's a lovely old shoe. It wants a bit of polish, obviously wants some laces, but at the same time it wants a back lining in there. Look, on the pair of them, new back linings, that's all destroyed. So what can you do with that? Paul, just come and have a quick look at these here and give me some prices and options on these here, please. This lovely old pair of shoes. It's coming away there. It's coming away there, so it wants to strip down. If this has a half sole on, the heels aren't particularly bad. So you could just retrim the heels and put a half leather sole stitched on properly as it should be.
You'd be about the £60 mark with
£60. Okay, that's so again, £60 mark on those with leather sole stitched on. Heels remain because you're only halfway down that heel. You know, you might look at it and think you're well down, but you're not. You're about halfway down, and the shoe wears to the way you walk, so the wear rate slows down. So you'd be £60 for leather sole stitched on properly, not this 10 bob swerver job that's been done, and back linings round the back there. Look, you see how all that's just going to mush, which is going to kill the shoes. So again, probably wants £60 spending on it. Over here we now have a pair of Trickers. Okay, so a new pair of Trickers nowadays. New pair of Trickers, just so you know where you are. 535, is it? I think 535 on a pair of Trickers. I know it's 585 for a boot. 535 on a pair of shoes. So this is an asset. This is an asset you've got here. This beautiful old pair of Trickers. And the sole is nearly through. Not bad. You know, if I was sending any back to you without soling, it would be these Trickers. So you can get a little bit longer with them. Paul, to put a standard heel on here, just a standard rubber heel, is £16.95. To put this nice combination, the best heel, the most expensive heel, it just wears really, really well, £24.95. So you can have £16.95 or £24.95 for the best heels on there. The laces are goosed. I'll throw you some laces in. They cost me £5, but you can have a pair. And these will get a polish. They'll look a little bit better with a polish, but not great. But the sole is getting quite thin. But you can go a little bit longer on those. So where did we say we were on that? Sorry, we were at heels on there. Yeah, just heels. You can rewind this video and check on these prices and come back to us, tell us where you want to be. This pair here, pair of Barkers, lovely looking boot, pair of Barkers. The sole's not bad, it's just the heel. Day-night heel on there to match the sole like it had originally. £24.95. So let's recap. £24.95. Pair of beautiful Trickers, worth a fortune. A pair of Trickers like these. So you can have a £24.95 or a £16.95. £16.95 is for your remold 10 bob swerver heels. proper heel, 24.95. 24.95. We've done 50 quid there. This pair, Paul said to stitch on a sole, a nice leather sole, and that gets all this problem here sorted out. And that leather's pretty thin anyway. So that will leave your heels on because you've got some more wear in there. And we know farmers Norfolk, you're a little bit tight. Let's be honest, a little bit tight with your money. So you could spend £60 on here. Did we say, Paul? Sole stitched on, leave the heels. What did we say on that? Sorry, leather sole. £60. Yeah. For leather sole stitched on, leave the heels and the back linings. That's it. That's the back linings. Yeah. And then this pair of lowly lokes. The sole is so thin. There's daylight coming through there. £16.95 for a cheap heel. But really, if you like walking on leather, and it looks like you do, it wants a new leather sole stitching on there, not nailed on like you've seen there, so they come away stitched on there, and that would be heel and leather sole stitched on, £60 again. Or you could have the rubber sole, but I wouldn't. It's not where you want to be. So hopefully you've got an idea of where we want to be with these. If you just say yes, we will do exactly what we've just said. If you want any more doing, tell us. But if you want any less doing, tell us. But if not, just send us back a yes, crack on, and we'll get them sorted for you. This is just a quick message for you to remember to have a quick look on our website. We keep doing bits and bobs to the website, putting a few videos on and such. So I think it's time to check out our website. Hello, we're here at the Shoe Healer, and we have a pair of boots that have been sent in. Motorbike boots, Harley Davidson motorbike boots, and they were just coming away a little bit at the back like that. Can you see that where it's coming away? And you would like to say, you know, just bob some glue in there and see what you can do with those. However, it doesn't work that way. This is the other boot. It was coming away a little bit. We've just pulled it back. It'll keep coming all the way until it comes off because the glue's just given up on it. All this is a gooey, horrible mess because the glue has gone soft. This is actually glue that should be hard, and it's gone soft, so you can't stick to it. You have to grind it all off. All this glue is impregnated into the leather, and all inside the boot here is just covered in gooey black stuff that all needs cleaning off. The insole, which is here, look at this popping out, the insole, which is designed to trap the upper leather between there and this sole unit. It's all curled up at the sides there where it's been walked on. It should be nice and flat, and to trap that. So that will never really trap that in. The construction of this boot is not very good. That's a word. I was going to say something else there. It's not very good. And to repair it, you know, it'll be okay. It'll never be great because it wasn't great when it was first made. It was made to a price, and the boots actually feel like they're quite old boots. The young lady might not have had them very long, but they're probably old stock. So we will have a go at doing something like this, but the time it takes to repair something can be very expensive, and it hardly sometimes makes it economical to do them. Okay, doke. I know Paul's giggling at over there. You know, it's just. Are you all right, Paul?
What are you giggling at, Paul?
You said they were made to a price and they stuck to it.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. Yeah.